Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the Inner Whisper, your sacred pause to return to yourself. Thank God it's Friday. I want to begin by thanking you for walking with me on this path, for listening to each whisper, and for allowing these words to reach you where you most need them. I hope they have resonated in your heart like seeds of calm and light. This week we have journeyed through the territory of our wounds. On Monday we faced them, on Tuesday we integrated them, on Wednesday we transformed our scars, on Thursday we learned to be grateful for our journey, and today we arrive at the last step of this path, discovering the hidden gift in our wounds. Because what once felt like destruction can become the root of wisdom. What once hurt so deeply can become medicine to your soul. Wounds have a mysterious way of transforming us. When they happen, they feel unfair, unbearable, definite. An abandonment that cuts like a knife. A loss that empties the chest, a failure that shakes confidence, a betrayal that breaks our faith in others. In those moments, the wound shatters us. We feel it steals our light, leaves us incomplete. And yet, as time passes, if we have the courage to face it, we discover something began to germinate deep within. The wound becomes a teacher. It forces us to stop, to look inward, to awaken resources we didn't know we had, to remember our capacity for resilience. The wound of abandonment may teach you to become your own home, to stop begging for love, and to root yourself in your own worth. The wound of betrayal may give you the gift of boundaries, to recognize who deserves entry into your life and who doesn't. The wound of loss may open you to the miracle of each moment, to take nothing for granted, to love with urgency. The wound of failure may teach you humility and lead you toward a more authentic purpose. The hidden gift doesn't appear immediately. It reveals itself over time when the pain softens and you look back and say, "Thanks to this, I discovered my strength. Thanks to this hurt, I awakened my compassion. Thanks to this wound, I am who I am today." It's not about romanticizing suffering, but about recognizing that even in pain, life planted in you a seed of light. The hidden gifts of wounds is the depth they leave in your soul. It is the tenderness they awaken. It is the strength you never would have found without them. I want to share some practices as to how to discover the hidden gift in your wounds. Change the question. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What did this experience give me that I wouldn't have had otherwise?" Writing the answer can help you uncover the hidden seed. For example, when I was rejected, I learned to choose my authenticity. I learned to choose myself. It wasn't a rejection. It was a redirection into the path that I was meant to be or to go. Listen to the wound as a teacher. Sit in silence. Place your hand on your heart. Visualize your wound as a teacher in front of you. Name it. And ask this wound, "What did you come to teach me?" Let words, sensations, or images arise. The wound of loneliness may whisper, learn to enjoy your own company. Turn your wound into shared medicine. The gift is complete when it is offered to others. Ask yourself, how can my experience support someone else? If you have walked through grief, perhaps you can hold someone in tenderness who face the same loss. If you have healed from illness, your story may bring hope to others. This is what gave birth to the inner life path, my wanting to share my wound and the process I went through to integrate those wounds, to integrate those shadows. So here I'm sharing my experience as medicine. Like an alchemist, I'm transforming pain into wisdom. And you can do the same thing. As Viktor Frankl, an Holocaust survivor, wrote, suffering ceases to be suffering the moment it finds meaning. And neuroscience confirms this. When we reinterpret our wounds and give them purpose, the brain creates new pathways that reduce emotional pain and increase resilience. In other words, when you discover the hidden gift, the wound stops being a burden and becomes a source of inner strength, a light in your path. Let's integrate this into our breath of light. Exhale all that old air to be ready to fill up your lungs with fresh air and fresh energy. Take a deep breath, receiving the seed of wisdom your wounds contain. Exhale silently, releasing the weight of your wounds. Second breath, inhale deeply with openness. And let go with gratitude for what you have learned. Inhale deeply as if receiving a treasure. Exhale, sharing its light with the world. Stay here for a few seconds, feeling the lightness of releasing the weight of a wound. Today, remember, your wounds are not punishment. They are portals of wisdom and seeds of transformation. Every wound you thought would break you was showing you your power to rebuild. Every scar you once felt as shame can become a crown of courage. Every pain that made you cry in silence also opened a spring of compassion within you that you can now offer to others. May you learn to see your wounds not with fear, but with tenderness, not with reproach, but with gratitude. May you discover that once hurt you so much can now become the root of your strength, light on your path, and medicine for other hearts. Breathe deeply, walk gently, and trust the hidden gifts of your wounds. It's the treasure that reminds you who you truly are. A soul capable of transmuting pain into light, fragility into strength, and the wound into a song of life. As Carl Jung, founder of analytical psychology, said, where your wound is, there lies your task. If this reflection touched your heart, subscribe to my channel to receive new whispers each week. Leave me a comment. What wound in your life has hidden a gift you can recognize today? Like it, share it with someone who needs to remember that even pain carries wisdom. And join me on Substack at theinnerlightpath.substack.com. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Looking forward to see you on Monday on a new Inner Whisper. Until then, love deeply, shine brightly, and embrace your journey. Ciao.